All right, welcome back, everybody, to the broadcast of the Battle for Bama LAN here in beautiful Montgomery, Alabama. We have narrowed the field of 16 down to just 4 teams left in our semifinals of our single elim bracket, and all the captains agreed, because we're running behind, to change this to a best of 5 from a best of 7. So 2 thumbs up from me. I'm very glad they agreed to that, but we have Bob Jones versus Alabama as our semifinal streamed match. Montevallo and UAH Blue will play off stream, but that's who we got, Gabe.
Yeah, Bob Jones kind of repping because it's the only high school left.
Yep.
So they have a lot of pressure on their shoulders, but I'm sure they're used to it. I mean, they've won how many trophies?
A lot.
Yeah, let's just put it that way. But Alabama looking to deny them one last trophy because for people at home, there is a second place trophy as well. So
Yes.
the 2 teams do guarantee, but obviously you want that first place trophy. It's cooler.
Right. It's the same exact trophy, except one's gold and says first, and the other one's silver and says second. No one wants the silver second place trophy. That's just not how these people work.
These trophies have so much money and budget put into them.
Yes, large chunk of our budget. The big piece that didn't go to pizza went to the trophies. All $15 to $20 we spent on trophies.
Everything else is out of love.
Exactly. Hey, this has been a fun event. I'm so thankful to all the teams that showed up and have put on a show so far today. These players included, I don't know their name tags or numbers. I'll fix that in a second. But Alabama in blue, Bob Jones in orange. Away we go.
Yes, absolutely. We do see Fish coming out as well. Beautiful. Well, the full roster, the full power of Bob Jones coming out, if you will.
Yep.
But it's going to be a great demo coming in.
Yeah, all right. I don't know how to fix the numbers thing. That's
unfortunate.
Something we'll hope gets sorted out. But number 6, I mean, Hiroki is starting us off. A wonderful beginning for the Patriots, and off the back of a great run of goal line pressure from Fish.
Yeah, no, beautifully done there. Absolutely what you want to see at the very beginning of game number 1. But only 30 seconds out of the clock. Don't count Alabama quite yet, as there's a very strong team themselves. Hiroki trying to do something. We have a Rule 1 on the play. It gets instantly broken. Alabama does not want the Rule 1, so we might see some karma.
Look, this is a team that means business. I don't think they're falling for any Rule 1 tricks. That's too childish for them, I suppose, playing the high school team. But, hey, last time these 2 teams matched up, I do believe it was just over a year ago on it was Friday Night Lights back then, a show match between 2 Alabama schools, and it went all the way to Game 7, and if I recall correctly, and that is a pretty big if here, I think Bob Jones won in 7. Either way, it went to 7.
Why do you remember that?
Look, it was a long time ago. That's when I was really first starting to stream, and that one of those series is probably the reason for this event that we have here today.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever makes it. I'm just here for the ride, here for the show. That's gonna be a beautiful shot coming in. It's not gonna get saved. Reach coming up huge. Bob Jones leading the charge, 2-0.
And you can hear the cheers. Bob Jones, they travel well, they travel loud, and they are off and running here in game 1. 2 goals to the better in the first 90 seconds, and Bama really haven't even been allowed to start generating offense.
No, not really in the slightest. I mean, Fish does whiff there. That could be the opening that Alabama needs. Having such a crucial player off the play almost leads to a goal, but it does end up getting blocked in the end. I don't know who it was because it was just a number for me.
Yep, I'm still looking into how to fix that as we're going through game 1. But regardless, Alabama looking decent at the moment. Need to find more quality looks on that Bob Jones net as they've been beaten right there. On a double, get the ball past another. Fish has just gained a lot of territory for his team.
Yeah, I mean, that is a lot of space as we start entering the second half of this game 1. Alabama does have pressure on right now, but Bob Jones is going to relieve it. Hiroki with a nice little pop-up, but number 7 is going to be the one chasing after it. He's not able to get it. Fish on the ball, trying to do something, passes it. But number 6 it's going to be Hiroki, tries to do something, but Reach is there to deny it. At least his is not numbered, so we see his, and Fish putting up a nice shot there. but just hits the crossbar.
Reaches the chosen one for whatever reason, being the only non-numbered nameplate on the pitch here, and almost flexed that chosen one title, though showing a bit of mechanical brilliance in the air, but is stopped by Alabama. And now they're looking to pressure the Bob Jones goal line, but instead find a faceful reach-in fish. They combine for a third. Game one looking like it's Bob Jones.
Beautiful shot coming in. That's all it takes, is just that little touch, that little redirect to send it completely off and throw Alabama off. 2 minutes still on the clock. There is still time for Alabama to make a comeback. But with the pressure they have had, is not going to be likely. They really need to step up their offensive game.
Hiroki is just putting a pot shot on to add more pressure to that Alabama goal line. The Crimson Tide have been under the gun as these high schoolers, I mean, they are ex-consecutive state champions for a reason. I always forget the exact number, but it's between 7 and 9, I'm fairly certain. And, I mean, 3-0 against the #1 college team coming into this event is a wonderful start for Bob Jones. But this is a full best of 5. They have to keep it going.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that a very casual Rocket League player knows the name Fish kind of says a lot about this entire team, right? I know the name of a high schooler, and I'm not even into the scene. With a minute on the clock, Bob Jones looking to run away with game #1 here pretty decisively.
Alabama, though, has been generating more opportunities as this game has gone on, and I don't think it's any kind of, like, warming up into the series type of thing. I'll ignore that goal for the sake of my point, but Alabama's starting to figure out how to play against Bob Jones a little bit better, but that is bad from Tryson.
Yeah, that's just a tough touch, and Fisher's going to be like, thanks, buddy, I'll take the free goal, and force you to a 10-second goal time limit, pretty much. I mean, we've seen it before plenty of times, but Bob Jones coming out extremely decisive, extremely power-hungry for a grand finals here.
They just look so clean individually on the ball, and when they need to, they let the play go, and they let the next man up step up and take over with his full boost tank. It's unbelievable the cohesion that these high schoolers are playing with right now, and Alabama, the worse off for it so far, but we've been talking about better possession as the game has gone on, and I look to game 2 for them to really expand upon that point.
Nice little flick there, but I mean, it's going to be a little bit too last minute, 10 seconds. That is going to be game #1 going on over to Bob Jones super decisively. I don't think there's really any question of Alabama even trying to have a chance at this game. And that's going to be a quick little save and going to kill it, secure it, as Bob Jones, the high scorers, come alive here.
I mean, 4 for 7 there, holding Bama to just 2 shots. That is quite the beginning, quite the emphasis Bob Jones has just put on their game 1 performance. And it starts them off on the right foot, but like I said, game 2 is the big game here for me. If Bob Jones keeps that up, then I'm concerned about Alabama.
Yeah.
But if Bama do respond, then we're off and running for a lengthy series.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I would love to see the length. I mean, we're here to see the game now. No really time pressure. I mean, obviously we're behind, but that's lands for you. You're always going to be behind schedule. And it looks like the numbers have finally disappeared.
That's good. That was starting to bug me, so I'm glad to see all characters invited on the pitch. And, well, I guess Alabama just waited for the numbers to dissipate so they could see their names up on screen. That's a big win by Gray, and it falls perfectly top left for the first goal.
Yeah, beautifully done. In the first 20 seconds as well, Alabama having a huge comeback here and showing what's really good in the college scene. So have to see if they're able to keep it up. Chan looking to get a good ground pitch going. Just not going to happen with Fish in your way, though.
And Fish again looking for more. Although that pinch
demo
attempt doesn't work out. It leaves Gray in a 1v1 thanks to a couple of demos. But Reach ends up on top as he makes a save off his own post. Though this should be full possession control for Alabama as Bob Jones had to take a second to refuel.
Yeah, that double demo really did a number, but there was no goal. Gray rotating back, finds another one. It's going to allow Fish to kind of slow down a little bit, and Reach is there to help out, but it's just not going to be enough. The defenses of Alabama is just way too strong right now as Gray intercepts it and tries to get a redirect. I feel like you want to bump there, though.
Ooh, you don't want to whiff there, though. Tries and leaves the net
not at
open,
all.
and Gray can't quite get back. Trizin is just not himself at the moment. 1-1. That is just an uncharacteristic miss.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know if it's pressure. He hasn't touched the game a little bit. His hands are cold, maybe. But you don't want to see that in a semifinal single elimination bracket.
He tries to make up for it here and just might with a center ball. Gray and Chan couldn't get to it, but a demo coupled with that center ball should give Alabama some control here on the pitch.
Demo.
Gray's found Hiroki on the back wall, but reaches there to clear the zone, and Bob Jones bait that Alabama play.
Oh no, the even 50, but luckily Gray's there to come in, try to save the day when he can. Once again, Gray's gonna put up a shot, and it's gonna be Chan with the follow-up, making this a 2-1 game. Alabama still coming through. Beautifully done.
Reach just was not expecting Gray to be right there, and when he realized it was too late, clean setup for Alabama, and this is more like what I was expecting. The back and forth nature of this matchup, the 1 seed versus the 2 seed, linking up in semifinals. This was what I was thinking the grand finals was going to be, but Montevallo and UAH are playing right now to see who will join the winner of this, but at the moment, that is completely undetermined.
Yeah, I mean, there's still 3 minutes, so we still have an entire half of game number 2 to be played. And it's gonna almost get equal. Fish takes a nice shot, but Trizin coming back alive, being a little bit more of his former self, and almost gets a goal. But Gray, once again, his demos have been absolutely beautiful. Taking out that third man there should relieve a lot of pressure and allows Chan to take his time on the save.
Hiroki and Reach moved up together. Now it's Fish trying to chase down what Reach set up for him. He cuts back up the wall and beats 2 Alabama defenders, but doesn't quite get it past the third. Tries and collected, and will push back on Bob Jones' offensive front here. Reach will push right on back. Looks for Hiroki down the field, but he doesn't have the funds to make that transaction downfield. Though Fish had an opening right there. Couldn't put the shot on target.
Yeah, I mean, there was the opening, the vision there, but just not the execution. I mean, this is still technically anyone's game. 2-1. With 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, the pressure as well coming from Bob Jones trying to find something. But ultimately, the arena, it's dead quiet right now. The suspension building up. Chan with a nice little clear sends it to Gray as he sends it center. He is there to catch it, and he sends it out. Tries and able to cut him off, but Fish is there. And the demo comes through. Gray finds himself dead, but luckily the boost starvation comes in clutch for the side of Alabama. It looks like they're trying to put another shot, but it's just not going to happen. Hiroki trying to do something, but Chan's there.
Chan's too seasoned to let that one fall through. He knows Hiroki's looking for a pass in that play, and it worked out. He played the 50 perfectly, and Bob Jones have to reset from their back wall, but they quickly get into the Crimson Tide end. Chan out to the side, will best Hiroki, but not Fish. Tries in his last man, doesn't get a great touch, conceding possession now to Bob Jones. Reach off the ceiling, has Fish downfield. Fish is there, but denied by Gray again. These are seasoned Alabama players, and they're stopping all the tricks that Bob Jones is throwing at them.
Yeah, I mean, they are reading everything perfect here in game number 2. This is not the same Alabama team we saw in game number 1, but the fact that there's 40 seconds on the clock and the pressure is still on, so they have to hold strong to defense if they don't want to guarantee an overtime here, as it is going to be in a very scary position. But luckily for the side of Alabama, it's going to be a tough touch coming from Bob Jones. Fish tries to keep it in play, but Gray hits it out. It's going to get bumped in the end, but I feel like if you're Alabama and you're okay with this, but Reach is able to send it, and Fish with the cherry pick, not able to get there. He's able to take it slow. Gets bumped in the process, and the double commit coming from Bob Jones. Alabama just needs to stall out the last 10 seconds.
Oh!
And there it is!
They won't even stall it out. They'll look for another goal. That is unbelievable. There was a play a second ago. Chan was last man diving in and touched the ball on a challenge with the whatever hair on his backside he got it with. It resulted in a skim, and that net was open. If Chan didn't touch that ball, if it didn't essentially redirect deep into his corner, and Fish was there to cap off an open net and tie up this game. But we'll head into game 3, tied up in the series as Alabama answer.
And this is when you know it's a fantastic series. In game number 1, It looked like Bob Jones had already set the momentum in a 4-0, but Alabama comes back extremely strong with a 3-1. This is anyone's game. We're pretty much back to a 0-0, best of 3 now, if you will. So I'm very excited to see what the rest of this team, both teams, have to offer, because it feels like they're both locked in. They're both so ready and so hungry for grand finals. The real thing is going to be who wants it more.
Look, I mean, it's a perfect story of the top-level high school experience versus the veteran collegiate experience on the other side of the pitch. And there really is no separating these two right now, playing as close as it gets, both with a multi-goal win to start us off. And I have a feeling this first goal in Game 3 is going to be incredibly important.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, have goals been kind of free? Yes, but at the same time, it's only been very one-sided. So it's all going to decide on who gets that first goal. And Gray's looking to try and put it up, but he's just not able to finish it off, unfortunately. But luckily, he has his teammates behind his back and forces a double commit. And Fish, on a very smart cherry pick, forces Gray to go early here, which is going to allow Chan to kind of go up. Not able to beat Reach, though. Tries and sends it down. Not harsh enough.
Chan will be able to split two Bob Jones players, though. Reaches the third man, does well to put a shot on target. Gray is prepared for it, though. And Alabama right now seem to have wisened up against this Bob Jones roster. They're playing a little bit further back at defensive line, and it's helping them stop what BJHS is throwing at them. Now at the moment, this is just simple corner Rocket League. Reach wins the corner, and Fish trusts his longtime teammate to beat the near side defenders.
Cast or curse, if you will. You're talking about Alabama defense, and as you're doing that, it falls apart just because there's no boost on the field. So that's going to be Bob Jones taking an early lead, and that's, I mean, if history speaks for itself, it should be what leads them to winning this game number 3, but I mean, it's very easy to rewrite history in Rocket League.
Oh, Gray made a great initial save, but just missed out on the psycho to allow an easy rebound for Bob Jones. I don't know how he didn't make contact on that, and Chan cut across the field to extend it, leaving Hiroki an open net to score on 2-0 Bob Jones.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like game number 1 again, man, but if we know anything, Alabama could come back stronger as they are very composed, and Gray has a fantastic setup. It forces 2 players to go up, but it's going to be a great recovery coming in for Fish. It's going to allow Gray to kind of sow defense, but luckily he's able to accomplish that and tries and pops it up beautifully. And Gray's not able to get the touch he wants, though.
Oh, that's close for Bob Jones. Nearly conceded there, but eventually Bama will get theirs. And as Trizen puts in a goal to get Alabama back within 1, I have to give a shout out to the 2 channels that just rated me simultaneously. Team Frontline and Pyro J. Guys, thank you. Monkey and Jake, I really appreciate you fellas. Welcome to the semifinals of the Battle for Bama LAN. We have the high school team from Bob Jones going up against the seasoned collegiate roster of Alabama. It doesn't get much more Bama Rocket League than this right here. The 1 seed versus the 2 seed, 2-1 in game 3, with Bob Jones just narrowly avoiding having this game tied up.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so back and forth right now. And a demo tray comes out as well, but it's in the open. But it's going to be a tough shot coming in from Reach. Very uncharacteristic. With the second half of the game starting right now, Chan tries to do something, sends it to the back wall. Hiroki whiffs as well. I mean, it's just whiffs on whiffs, so it's going to be Fish who has to come in and try to save the day. But Chan does not have any boost to follow that up. And Trizen is on the ball, tries to do something with it, but it's ultimately going to get absolutely launched out of here. It could be a very dangerous setup. Gray is up on the field, but Reach clears it beautifully.
Still opportunity now for Alabama. It will get through Hiroki-ish. He sticks with it and forces a couple of misses with a miss of his own and then a recovery touch. Nicely done there, but Bob Jones are still in an extremely dangerous position. And it's Hiroki again, just stutter-stepping his way to preventing Alabama from building enough pressure to make Bob Jones crack. It's Fish's turn now, however. He's got boost, but can't get back to the ball. Reach on the near side, does extremely well to get that ball out, and the Patriots live on one with a lead.
Just barely, though, cleaning off the post with 90 seconds to go. I mean, Alabama's had some fantastic pressure this game. It's going to be a couple of whiffs. Tries to follow it up. He's able to get a center.
Oh.
But fantastic demo coming in from Hiroki. Able to deny that one goal. But beautiful placement coming in from Trizen to tie up the game 2-2 with 1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock. I don't even know what to say. This game 3 is absolutely incredible. The peak of the peak.
I'm just watching and enjoying at the moment. This is one of the best matches we've seen on stream today, and it's not done yet. 70 seconds to go here in Game 3, and that only determines who moves to the first match points of this best of 5. Alabama, I'm sure, wants after going down early on here, but Bob Jones, they've been here before. They've been in positions like this before. They are used to pressure. Now, can they thrive in it? Yes, they can! 3-2. Bob Jones reclaims a lead.
Hiroki coming in absolutely clutch, reading it off of Chan and just absolutely slots it in, hits the crossbar down and in. With 47 seconds left, this game has been so back and forth, but may have goals taken quite a while. I don't know if Bama's able to score one last goal. I mean, there is time on hands, but with Fish playing defense like that, it's gonna be hard. As Gray tries to get a read, he's able to get the dunk, but it's just way too strong. Tries to come in, but he gets beaten by reach. I mean, Gray is there, almost hits it, but I don't know if that was a go touch or not, but that was extremely close. Tries to keep it in mid, and there's the shot going in from Chan. He's able to score it in the 20 seconds, tying the series up 3-3. What just happened?
Composure. This is what happens when you got two teams that are used to making runs like this deep into tournaments. No matter how much Rocket League they've played today, they're still play-making. 20 seconds in regulation. Hiroki's got an open net. That Chan will cover up quickly, but he doesn't have a whole lot of boost in the tank. He is bested by Fish, but Fish had to go low with that ball, conceding possession to Alabama for a moment. Fish gets it back, though. Has Hiroki. He fakes one. 50's another. Fish just took the lead for Bob Jones. No way!
What an absolute series of events. Fakes one out. 50's the other and puts it through with 2 seconds on the clock. I don't know if Alabama's able to do it. They have to have a miracle kickoff here.
This is just one of those games that has a certain energy about it. I wouldn't be surprised to see this go in. Fish beats Gray and wins Game 3 for Bob Jones, however. What a third game to put Bob Jones now just one win away from Grand Finals.
I mean, what a performance from both teams, man. I am just excited. I think the players are excited
Straight in.
because they're not taking any time. They're not allowing us to go to caster screen or nothing. They're here. They're ready to play. Alabama trying to take it to game number 5 while Bob Jones trying to secure it all the way to Grand Finals. Who wants it more?
We'll find out shortly. That's a phenomenal play to kick things off. It's Hiroki and Reach to give Bob Jones first blood.
Beautiful done. All it takes is a demo and a bump from Reach and just allows the net to be open for Hiroki. All 3 players of Bob Jones coming up massive in this semifinals.
This just has Grand Finals aura, this semis. I mean, top 2 seeds, Swiss made them meet up in semis, but that's just the way competition goes sometimes. We'll enjoy it while it's here. Bob Jones found the first goal of Game 4, but I'm sure an Alabama response is incoming at some point, though at the moment they have to respond starting on their own goal line.
Yeah, I mean, they have to get it out here. It's just going to be over, but great save coming in from Chan. Just barely holding out with 0 boost as he's able to pick up the 100. Tries to drive it away, but Trizen is there to... And there's just too much boost on the side of Bob Jones to not make that save.
Big will have to use his boost to catch up to this one. He plays it up the sidewall. Chan helps by playing it off the ceiling, and it's a center ball that Hiroki's not going to commit for, seeing as his 2 teammates went in before him. That allows Gray some space to musty a shot on, but Fish and Reach both kind of combine power of friendship style to make that save.
Alright, this ain't an anime, buddy. Calm down, alright? But maybe it is with moments like this, especially with Breach back on the ball, trying to send to center. He's able to do it, and the demo comes through, but it's Chan once again with the save. And it's going to be a beautiful center, forces both defenders up, but luckily Gray has a fantastic recovery. And Fish takes it slow, baits one, gets it over to seconds, all up to Trizen, who gets the 50.
Hiroki, he's following the lead of Fish. I mean, Fish had that incredible solo play where he faked the Bama player at the end of game 3. This time, though, Bama's not letting it happen and responding with a chance of their own. Trizen look to make it a second consecutive opportunity, but is stopped by Fish. We'll follow up that play with a 50 against Gray, but Gray over the top of him wins the 50 and scores for Bama, 1-1.
Beautifully done from Gray there. The mechanics coming through, just able to beat both Hiroki and Reach, but they had no boost.
Nope, and that's a big moment for Alima to capitalize on, because it's not often that Bob Jones doesn't have boost like that, and I'm sure Gray didn't know about that, so he's just playing pure speed right there, regardless of the boost situation of his opponent. But now he's got to race back here as Chan is first on the scene on the back wall contesting against the quick Bob Jones counterattack. Trizen's just missed, and Fish has an opportunity now to set up his team for a long-ish offensive.
But Chan's defense game is too strong right now. It eventually does get broken by Hiroki. A little back pass, and that's just going to be an open net. But an uncharacteristic wave coming in from Reach. That should have been all the way in. But it's just not, and Gray puts another shot on, and he finds the net, and he's going to take Alabama 2-1, taking the lead in the second half of game number 4.
No lead is safe after what we saw in game 3, but they are sure welcome. Alabama will find themselves out in front with just under a half of game 4 left to play. They are down to their last life here and are making the most of it so far, but I'm sure they need more.
Absolutely. I mean, they want to rack it up, right? You cannot be safe in a matchup like this. The more goals, the merrier. Beautiful clear, and Fish versus Trizen, and Trizen wins it that time. And Gray's gonna try to take it slow, able to beat one, but reaches there to collect it. Trizen puts it center. Chan is there, but he's just no fast enough. And the little fake comes through, but reaches there.
Oh, it's a miss from Gray. Chan didn't have boost to fully commit for that ball, so Fish is given a chance to double and equalize. It's Fish again coming up clutch when his team needs him.
Beautifully done, able to dodge Trizen, and Chan just not ready for it. Gets the ka-chow at the end and ties up the series. They're looking to 3-1 Alabama.
They still need one more goal, however, and this kickoff has gone Bama's way. Chan, though, has to put that ball mid, couldn't collect it, which leads to a shot from Hiroki, making sure Gray is still awake on the blue goal line, which he is. Saves us from going,
Nice shot from Chan, and he's able to bring it back. As you're kind of hyping up a little bit, Chan goes, nah, it's my time to shine, baby. He's able to get past Hiroki, and Fish just not able to get it in time. And Alabama takes the lead once again, but is not safe with 90 seconds on the clock.
Look, I'll take that. I was floundering there, but Chan was fully composed. That is a big go-ahead goal again, and Gray could add to it. Shot goes wide, however. Difficult ball to put on frame, but one I'm sure Gray wants back.
Yeah, he's definitely hungry for more goals. He knows that this series, only one goal lead is not enough. I don't think they're ready for him to have the zero boost play coming in as Chan slows it down. Hiroki looking to put it center. Chan takes his time. Tries to get it past two. He's able to. And Trizen is there. Beats one. It's someone center. Gray is there, but Reach wins that 50. And Fish in a 1v1 scenario. He's been there plenty of times. And is put up high because of Gray.
See what Reach and Hiroki can do right here. Oh, Reach didn't get all 4 wheels on the back wall, so can't even attempt to beat Gray to that ball. So Fish re-entering the fray. We'll test the corner defense of Bama. Got the Crimson Tide are successful,
no!
And Hiroki's just forced Reach to make a massive save on the Bob Jones goal line. That could have put game 4 out of reach, but Bob Jones is still within striking distance.
They are, but they have to strike fast. 20 seconds on the clock. The demo comes through. Bama just putting up so much pressure on Bob Jones. And the goal is wide open for Chan, securing us We're going to a game 5, baby!
All right, let's see what this kickoff has in store for us before I join you on the Game 5 hype train. But it certainly has gotten Alabama just that much closer to getting to one final game in this semifinal. But the kickoff has reached, playing that through the kickoff for Alabama, and Gray will be able to kill the rest of this game. Well done. The Crimson Tide force Game 5. Did you think we were going to have it any other way?
I didn't. I saw this coming, man. I'm excited to see it. I mean, Bama won Game 2 and 4. Bob Jones won 1 and 3. So if history repeats itself, Bob Jones is going to win it. So it really comes down to Alabama right now. They have the momentum on their side, so they do have that going for them, but they have to defy it and win back-to-back now.
Yeah, and with this kind of series, with how late in a long day of Rocket League we are, with two teams that have been here, done that, when it comes to competing collegiately and at the high school level, I don't try to predict anything here. You don't know what's going to happen. History no longer matters. It's one game and one game only that will decide who marches on to the grand finals of our first Battle for Bama LAN in quite some time.
Yeah, I'm new here, so I'm just here for the ride. I'm here for this fantastic Rocket League. And Trizen already putting up a shot, but great save from Fish, keeping that alive.
And Hiroki's just beaten one. We'll get back to the ball to try and beat another. Leaves that for Reach, and it works out. Bama were fully expecting a solo play from Hiroki to push them back, and well, the lack of one did the same exact thing. So Bob Jones will not quite have an easy time setting up their offense, but at the very least, they are winning the midfield battle so far.
Yeah, I mean, great coordination there from Trizen, letting Chan know he's going for the ball. Gray is on and gets a flip reset. He might be able to get a double, but it's not going to happen as the play gets sent all the way back to the corner, and Gray's going to slow down Bob Jones with a fantastic demo on the Fish.
Quick challenge, though, by Hiroki, and an even faster response by Reach gives Fish a chance to put a shot on, and he gets creative with it. Almost followed his own shot. Instead, it's Hiroki looking for a rebound, and Reach to close out that sequence of shots from Bob Jones. Either way, they don't score.
No score happening. I mean, this has been a very interesting game number 5. Actually, someone gets pinched, but Gray comes up huge with the demos and tries to do something a little silly, but it's going to be Hiroki who blocks it. And the bump's coming through for the side of Bama, but Gray with an unconventional whiff is going to allow Bob Jones to get a nice little attack going here. Someone has to save it, and it's going to be Gray off the back of Chan's demo.
That was insanity out in front of the Alabama goal line. But again, insanity ensues, but no one scores. Even there, what is that touch from Gray contesting as first man for Alabama? And we have seen 2 minutes come and go in Game 5. And again, it's an insane back pass. Why are Bob Jones going for this, and why is it working?
I mean, I think they're just built different at this point. Maybe they
installed
fear into Alabama, but this is very unconventional. We're entering second half without a goal right now.
Oh, this is an opportunity. Fish doesn't turn back for that ball. It was ambitious to think he might. Hiroki instead waits for a center ball, and he can't quite shoot it as Alabama's defense is there. They're getting back to their goal line at the perfect time. They're leaving the ball for each other, maybe at the perfect time. I don't think Trizen was ready for that, though. He was too side on to the ball, really, to show that he was. And so Bob Jones is given an opportunity, but Alabama respond in kind.
Yeah, it's definitely back and forth. Nice dunk coming from Trizen. Forces Reach up early for this ball, and he gets a fantastic touch, but Gray is able to kill it as he sends it center and forces Fish up. But Chan is there, and Fish is able to get the dunk, but there's no more boost, but the demo comes through. But Gray from the sideline gets the demo on the Fish and keeps it out of their net. But Fish comes back off the respawn, trying to keep pressure on right now, as it's all in Hiroki's hand, who has a nice shot, but it's going to be saved by Chan, and tries and pops it up. Chan is there. Can he beat Fish? Yes, he can! And the dunk is there! Chan's going to be scoring such a crucial goal here in game number 5 with 90 seconds on the clock.
Oh, he dunks Fish into next week. 90 seconds to go, and the captain of Alabama Rocket League steps up huge for his team. Now it's time to see what Bob Jones can do, what Hiroki can provide. It's nothing with Gray on the goal line. Bob Jones are pushed back and forced to concede. Alabama score a second.
That is tragic. I feel like Bob Jones lost all momentum with the Alabama shutting them down, and just Gray is able to team up with his captain to put one more in. I mean, there's 1 minute and 20 on the clock. There is time for 2 goals, but is the mental fortitude there?
It should be. If there were any 2 teams in this tournament that I would trust to demonstrate mental fortitude on a stage like this, it would be Bob Jones and Alabama. But it's Bob Jones that have been called upon with 60 seconds to go. What can they provide? It's all awkward. Reach manages to get out of that situation and attempt to clear, but is there any kind of follow-up? Not really. Alabama's playing the ball backwards, but only backwards for a moment. They missed out on a chance to score a third immediately, but Gray gets it to go eventually, and that might be wraps.
It just might be, but mathematically speaking, Bob Jones has 25 seconds to score a goal to truly stay in on this. It all rides on this to see who goes to grand finals and gets a trophy guaranteed, or who's going home.
Tries in for a potential 4th. Hiroki is home on the goal line. Fish is no longer home. Tries and misses a redirect though, but the pace forces Hiroki to get rid of that ball very quickly. Fish found downfield, does well to push Alabama back, but really, there is not much there for Bob Jones at the moment. They need 3 goals in a span of time that just feels impossible. 10 seconds to go. Alabama have control. They came in as the 1st seed. They were tested by the high schoolers, but they keep marching to the grand finals. Hiroki's seen enough. Bob Jones has been eliminated.
What an absolute series, though. Bob Jones came out so strong, taking game number 1 4-0. Alabama replaying it in game number 5, taking 4-0 themselves. But man, have those high scorers put a number up. I mean, having a game 5 against a school like Alabama is absolutely fantastic. So huge props for them to coming in. I mean, it's not easy walking into a college scene as high schoolers, and they put up a show. I think they're going to take themselves a happily 3rd place. No trophy for them, unfortunately, but I think they should still walk away with their heads up high, knowing they put on a performance and a show.
And at the moment, as we do bid farewell to Bob Jones, who I'm going to have to see in person in a second, as they put on a great performance today, the Montevallo fans are very happy right now. If I were going just by cheers, it sounds like an Alabama versus Montevallo grand finals.
But we don't know for sure.
We don't know.
Stay tuned to see if Montevallo actually is able to make it the grand finals. We'll be right back.